round one.
All right, here. Cannabis just kind of looking to Shadow Meld. They didn't see him. Very likely not. Ooh, is XNO gonna get down
Hexano
there? Can they get
sneaks
it?
by and
That's
lands that
big.
sap on Rides.
And
Let's
that's
see if they're
not
going to be
easy
able to
with that.
capitalize on that. Oh, he's already out of that sap. Is that right?
Yeah, that I think it tick broke. I think it was a tick break, a heartbreak tick. So I don't think it was actually broken, but so I don't know if it determined much, but Rise is starting to get low. Cannabis is getting those heals from above. He might line aside his healer. That was good. He almost line aside his healer. That was so close. Rise getting pressured by XNO. And now you're seeing Cannabis pop around the corner, just try to smoke their opponent. And there it is. KO for the first down. And now we're seeing the Rogue try to run away
See,
here. Let's
XNO,
see.
XNO pulling back, doing what he needs to keep himself alive, giving his priest a chance to get some heals on him.
The priest actually snuck in some bandages. That was the priest. It wasn't the rogue actually. It was a drive-by bandaging. And so that actually worked out pretty well here. Rogue starting to get low. Serpentine goes down. It's going to miss, but the Shadow Word Pain is still there. One more auto shot ought to do it. And they're gonna fall too. Cannabis might go down, but this would be tough for the warrior to actually pull something like this out of his ass. And I don't think it's gonna happen. Gouge goes down, stops the warrior just temporarily, and the wing clips on him too. And now it's just a matter of time. They're layering the CCs. They're playing this one by the books, but at the end of the day, all it's going to take is a few more ticks, and he's going to fall too.
So good, strong round there out of my OD. Goes up.
All right, this is going to be round two. XNO looking to move forward here.
Candy Paint looking to pop that rogue out of his stealth, and he does.
Yeah, so no stealth opener there. Was able
You
to
can see
find him.
Valados headed straight to the balcony to get that free casting that Cozy was, but his team is fighting around this corner and lobby, so they're not able really to capitalize off that LOS, but now they certainly are. Cozy also getting some free casting here from the window room. Nobody really putting pressure on any of the healers yet.
Yeah, Rise is actually, I really like their pincer positioning there, being, and they could actually support each other. And there's not really X. You notice X and O and Cannabis weren't really, they're not really doing any damage right now, and a lot of it's because the healer's positioning. X and O's there we go. They kind of they I like this. They're trying to kind of flank them now at this point because the
Right,
horde positioning was excellent.
they're forcing their hand here. It's they're at least trying to change something because if their priest and shaman are left pretty much uncontested, like it's a recipe for disaster. But they force him to move here. Valdos and Rides are doing what they can to try and at least separate themselves again. At least it looks like.
Yeah, disarm goes down onto our rogue friend here as he kind of duels the warrior there. He's going to get some heals once again. But here's something to think about too. The horde team is probably going to do better in the long run in terms of the long game because they have two healers. And Priest is going to go, well, they might get drinks here. I'd like to see the Cozy's mana total. Let's check. Actually doing well. They snuck some drinks off there, and I think they had to. And now we're seeing this, our priest friend go down low here. They're gonna need some support. They're healing themselves back up. Do we have a
X and O's
pummel?
doing a good job harassing with damage. He really is. He's forcing those at least one of them to stay healing by just trying to lay damage into Valados.
And he's taking his hits pretty well right now. I haven't felt like he's needed an absurd amount of healing, and we do see another heal coming down, but they're getting low.
Valados 8%.
4%.
Oh, they get. I think they hit him with the double recom there.
And that was close. It was one of those where Cannabis even went in for the melee afterwards. They have been auto shotting just freely, and that's not really, doesn't matter what bracket you're at. You really don't like when the hunter's sitting there just free range DPSing you from afar. Like that's a recipe for disaster.
Oh.
XNO closing the distance. They are slowed by the Earth Totem there. The Earthbind Totem. The gouge goes on the Candy Paint.
Gouge before that hamstring comes out.
And I want to look at mana totals here right now. Both Rise and
Cozy's at 100% mana.
He's been sneaking in a lot of drinks. He has effectively as much mana as these two healers do combined.
More so.
That's crazy. So they've just been really finding opportunity to sneak drinks. His alliance comrades being able to defend themselves for long enough periods of times. When they did dip, like you're seeing Cannabis finally dipping, so he goes down, relieves some of that pressure. Cozy, Psychic Streams, now they drop to try to get some heals off. Cannabis, very fine right now. And honestly, I think this is
improved. The
going to be
wing
a
clip
game
lands on Valados right on that corner as he's trying to turn the corner, separates him from his team that he's trying to connect with.
That's big. That's a big proc right there. And look at these mana totals, mate. This I can't believe it's the differentials are where they're at right now because Valados out of mana, Rise getting very close. Cannabis though feeling pressured. Where are the heals? Cozy is trying to heal him up with the line. I think they line of sight it. No, it hit. It hit. The line of sight did not go off in time, so that's great. for them because they were getting low. But speaking of low, Valados 15%, but no executes
Completely
are
out of mana.
available. And then it's up to the shaman, but the shaman has no mana left. This comes down to the resources.
Oh, he goes for the bandit snake, but it gets interrupted, and Valados goes down.
That Rise is not in a position. I think they're stopping. They know they're out of mana. They simply lost the mana game. How does Cozy have so much mana? They don't even have the intellect enchant, do they?
I can tell you, they have healing on their weapon right now,
Yeah.
but they might be starting with 22 in. But I can tell you the first minute of the match, I saw them just cast a heal, drink in the window room, cast a heal, drink in the window room. So that's definitely something I'm going to want to keep my eye on because they have two healers on the other team. The other team's naturally going to do a little 2, 1, go.
Good luck, everybody. Match point coming up here. Rogues.
XNO, did you see him sprint in there? And look how far back he lands that sap on Candy Paint. It says, "You're not allowed to break me out of stealth this time. I'm going to land the sap that I want to." As they start bringing this fight to the window room. But again, the sap breaks early.
Yeah, it looked like maybe an auto shot, even if I'm not mistaken. Maybe he was thinking it was going to end so he concussive shotted it. I'm not sure there, but either way, the psychic stream's going to go down on a Candy Paint. No way out of it. XNO getting very low right now. And they are going to be all right. The power shield goes out, and here goes the heals. They do line of sight, but they're going to bandage up, so it's not a big deal. Cannabis now in the background, kind of fighting the warrior. Just a lot of melees because Valados is actually getting some good LOS right now, trying to avoid some of this damage. But unfortunately, here's the thing: they can't drink up. They probably would have been drinking there. They're not low on mana, granted, but I kind of like Cozy was the previous game. That's where they're drinking.
Cozy hops in, gets that nice double psychic scream, tries to interrupt what he can. At least Candy Paint gets full, but I think Valados doesn't trinket out of it. He might have resisted it.
Oh, cannabis. There's the pressure that we want to see.
Oh, look at that sap. Look at that huge sap that XNO there lands on Candy Paint. Sneaky sap in the window room on the tail end of that fear.
How in the heck did they manage that? That is so impressive.
Valados is feeling the heat there in the window room, gets interrupted on the kick. 27%. The recom comes in 13% and possibly dropping, but he's getting support there. He's up to 40%, trying to get that heal off. He's tucked into the corner. Double psychic scream lands. He's really feeling the pressure. That's a KO there. XNO and Kenna both running pretty low though themselves.
And it was one of those where they were up against the wall there that it literally and figuratively that it didn't feel like they were able to do much with their mana totals were fine at the moment, and we're actually seeing Cozy more pressure this time on mana by far than the last game, and I think it's because of the horde the rogue that they had put into that game. I think that was the right play. Maybe what we like would
Dude, play of the match was Cozy hopping in and laying that final psychic scream to interrupt the heal that potentially would have saved him there. But it's looking like we're seeing a 3-0 sweep here out of Might OD, continuing their flawless record of the season and a strong performance out of these guys. Get round one started in 3, 2, 1. Round one.
All right, the round one's getting going here. Drew's actually thinking about going in right now. I want to see if the perception's popped. It is popped, dude. And they pull them out. They pulled Drew out of the stealth, but Yogi gets pulled up from the demoralizing roar. So that was just going to be traded there. Charging in onto Drew. Drew at about half HP, 40% HP. Pops that evasion. His healer can't heal him there. And there's
it's good. You'd rather see it early than late, and it looks like it paid off. They're putting the pressure there onto Yogi when they need to. Drew gets the recom, just so does Yogi too, though. Oh my God, Yogi at 8%, and he drops. That's an early KO there out of spacebar. They're in a 3v2 here, heading towards the balcony. You see, WAP is trying to keep himself alive, trying to create a little bit of separation, but they're closing in on him. They might be able to get a trade here.
Yeah, and if they can even this up, that'd be big. We need to see Slam.
Oh, WAP goes down here. Beetle at 20%. Yeah, that's that heal needed to come yesterday. Beetle goes down. We're in a 2v1. Drew gets that bandage reset while he's going to put the pressure onto Slambone. That puts Slambone in a pretty tough situation.
And Slambone did a bop already. I think they're going to just contest it. It's looking like perhaps. Yeah, there's not much they're going to be able to do. They're not going to use any other ability cooldowns. Yeah, and we had one good AoE stun on 2 of them last time around, and that's the dangers.
Look at Drew sprint in!
The confidence on this lad, even though there's a possible perception on the field, and there was. He goes right onto the Paladin right away. And now they're switching over to the Warrior because they kind of got him cornered now. And to be honest with you, this comp has a little less support. They're on the timeline. They need to do more damage. The alliance comp needs to do more DPS because there's more sustain here. Tick for tat from this horde composition from the shaman. This is Slambone's been focusing a lot on the red. There's the war stop onto two there. Let's see if they use another one. They're stacked really well. The Hodge going down on Fetty. Fetty is getting low, admittedly, very low at that. This damage comp is
4%.
exactly in the
Looks like they're
position I
about to
want
get a
be in.
trade here. Fetty is getting just a step away. Earthshocks goes down though.
And there's the bubble.
Slimebone bubble
Slimebone.
bandage. Good move here.
Yep, that's
We're
gonna be
in a
big.
good 2v2 here. Pally Warrior. These guys have a good chance here. Slimebone's just got to maybe help his teammate out with little heals. Got to maybe get some drinks in. He's already pretty but you can see Spacebar is going to go ahead and get themselves a full reset. Drew's probably going to step into this window room looking for a sap, but they have perception available, so you can't help but wonder if Slambone's going to be intuitive enough to use it. You can see that Wally is coming around the balcony. He's trying to make sure it lands it.
Hiding behind that little in the flag area before he popped it, and they did pop it, but they probably saw him, but at the last second, and now they're bullying the warrior right now. Let's see if we try to get a resap. I think he's going for the resap, and this is one of the first saps that's lasted. Oh, you got pulled into combat though. I was saying a lot of saps broke earlier. That one lasted up to the 2-second marker there. Beetle kiting away. Slambone looking to try to just put some damage down onto wall here.
Beetle
And
1, 2, 3, bandage 6. I like to see this because these teams are playing it as well as they can. We've gone from a full scale 3v3 to a fully reset 2v2, and it's a whole new match.
The Hodge that dropped down in another bandage from Slambone. So even our hybrid friend knows that there's so much value in
Big
getting
disarm there on Drew.
Yeah, that's gonna 5 more seconds on that as well. And now Slambone though, feeling pressured, puts on the sword and board. Do they have any cooldowns left? They have nothing left in the tank. They knew they weren't gonna get a heal off.
Yeah,
Versus
there's
the
no
Rogue
way
and the
you're
Warrior.
gonna be able to get a heal without getting kicked or interrupted, stunned, you name it on these guys. It's a commendable effort for trying to just commit to the damage, but it looks like Spacebar is gonna run away with round 2 here.
And he's even throwing out those daggers there, or those throwing knives.
Like Beetle's not throwing it out. He's got his bandage coming in just a second here.
Yeah, he can.
Yeah, he slows Drew. He buys his time. Not enough time, unfortunately.
Yeah.
He's trying to juke Drew off of the balcony.
Yeah, valiant effort. That would have been cheeky. He did a lot of damage there at the end.
He did. For him, Chucky, whenever you're ready. See that round 3 is underway. Spacebar is trying to close this game out. Match point here for him. Drew creeps in, steps back out though. Looks like he is cautious of Slambone potentially with a perception pop, which he does have pop. But Wally goes ahead, charges in, puts him in combat. So Drew is he didn't open early. He was actually fishing for the sap there. He's committed to the sap, hoping to see Slambone exit combat, but he didn't get what he wanted as he got brought out of stealth.
And that's big. Freddy now just kiting away, taking a lot of damage. There's going to be the war stomp onto 2 of them. So that was actually pretty big. That stopped a lot of damage that was just about to come through to them. They still have that bleed, but it's going to fade pretty quick here. And they're just hunting for that shaman. That's their best bet. They know that is the kill target. And look at that Earthbind totem actually getting value from 2 jump cycles now at this point, which is pretty good. Fetty Wap getting low. So is Yogi.
Yogi with a good bandage there. They had a good little bop and bandage combo. You know they're communicating that. But Yogi at 35% and just trying to get around this corner, getting an interrupt here on Fetty, but he's not able to because the hamstring's laid onto him. That distance is just growing. But Fetty here runs a corner, turns into Slambone. Yogi goes down here in the lobby.
Yeah,
and it doesn't look like a trade is coming. I'm not sure yet.
Yeah, it was actually pretty close. Fetty almost died a couple of times there, but really good kiting on their part to just keep kind of circling the balcony, using that same Earthbind totem on 2 occasions to just slow and create space for themselves, making sure to heal once they get to through the other side effectively. Not even like necessarily LOSing for the sake of range interrupt, but just there's the enemy might not see him as much. They're more likely to finish the cast the heal behind that door rather than out in the open where it's more obvious. Okay, I need to go interrupt this. I like that. Fetty was doing a really good job at just kiting and creating time for his team to finish one of their opponents.
It was definitely a good play there, and it was a good game there by both teams. Here we go. They got their farmer outfit on. They're just waiting for their team ahead.
Alrighty, round one's gonna get started. Sheen's looking to go around here. Just pops the blood rage. Demoralizing Roar tries to search for the rogues, tries to search for even the hunter, honestly here. And look at his casters are getting in position here.
Oh my goodness, Binky gets sapped there.
Ooh,
Oh, but
that
the
was
sap
great.
wears off. I think he had a serpent sting on him, so the sap wears off there, unfortunately.
A little miscommunication there, but it was honestly one of those that was such a surprise that I understand that it happened. The sheep goes down onto Methodical there as Mass kind of look at Mass and Binky. I feel like that is the way to play it too. The dominant position from above. And now you're actually seeing that pincer maneuver where Sheen's at the forefront of this one, but he has support from the two angles. We have Mass sheeping. He's just re-sheeping too, trying
Look
to
at Binky.
amend back
Binky's
to
just getting the
Methodical.
free casting, taking advantage from the balcony up here. Trina gets disarmed and polyed at the same time. Shine eats that improved wing clip there.
And they're taking the fight to him, and I think that's what you got to do. Ooh, the Psychic Stream, that was cheeky, forcing the Will of Forsaken, so you're going to be able to get the full duration next time around here. But it's just essentiality. You're going to have to pop that at some point. Polymorph is going to... Nope, it's not going to go down. I think it was because of LOS. It might have resisted there, but Mass turning the corner, looking for the repoly on a Methodical. They do get it, so now there's no heals. If they are able to land some damage here, they're not going to be able to get healed up, at least not right away.
Binky's has been doing a great job keeping himself out of harm's way, and look at him just rotating as the pressure comes up to balcony. He's going to move to lobby, and he's doing a great job keeping himself nice and safe here. As Mass and Shine are doing a good job keeping everyone slow and protecting their healer, and we're seeing kind of trades here as far as what team is putting pressure on and when. But Freshbeat's here at 15% in serious trouble, but there goes the big heal onto him. But Mytho now has the full poly on him.
Oh, and nearly in that executable range. Getting very low right now, 30%. The sheep's going to go down to Methodical, so no heals are going to come down. Sheen trying to close the distance again. There is the gouge onto him, buying some time, but the wand is enough, and a whole new meaning to drop in the beat, if you will. As the sheep goes down, it's going to break the sheep from Methodical there, so that's going to be nice. Mass starting to get lower, Sheen's starting to get lower, but I think he still has plenty of mana to heal them up as long as they play safe enough. That's not nice to get the Psychic Stream. It's going to be a single one. Mass starting to feel the pressure right now. Serpent Sting is on him as well. The Psychic Stream is almost going to be over. Binky needs to heal up their Meiji friend if they're able to, but there's the bandage. They don't even need to. Honestly, this would be tough at that point. That was kind of their window as the sheep goes down on a Trina. And Methodical, you want to know they have so much mana? They haven't been able to heal. They've been sheep the whole game. It feels like they've been sheep so often in this match. They still have ample mana.
I'm surprised with so much LOS on this map available as there is that we've seen so much sheep time as we have, but Mass has been doing a great job getting in people's face to make sure that the second that he knows that he has a green light for that sheep, he's dropping him. So he's doing a textbook job here, really, as Search Twinks goes ahead and gives up on this round, and it is 1-0 here for Franken. 2-1, go ahead.
Round 2. Fight.
You can see Search Twinks, the whole team's
right
going
up
upstairs.
there. Right
whole
up
team, Rogue included. Rogue drops off, though, doesn't want to get popped out by that warrior. That warrior's digging around and looking for him. Is Mass going to clip him? Oh, he lands the sap there on Mass in between explosions. Let's see if Search Twinks is going to be able to take advantage, or see if the sap's going to stay down for more than 2 seconds.
Yeah, and no break on it. It hasn't tick broke yet. Honestly, this is one of the longer. Oh, and that right as I say, caster curse. It's gonna break triple nova. We were talking about stacking earlier. Triple nova into the sheep afterwards. Now they're starting to do some damage right here. Dismiss pet from the hunter. I think they might be trying to save it. I didn't see the total of HP. Let's check it. Yeah, they're trying to save it. They didn't get the dismoss off.
I like Mass with the early bandage there, doing his healer a favor, saving his heals, and just getting himself topped off while he can safely. Shine is doing a great job on this corner, forcing three people's attention on this corner, while Mass and Binky just get to stay healthy around the corner and in the distance.
And I think this is the play right here. They almost forced him out of the balcony, but now it's just kind of a rumble.
It's a good look for both teams, though. Yeah, I think it's not working as. I think this is not a good look as Franken Squad thinks it is for them. Because as long as Methodical sheeped here, he's got to keep himself in the back line. If he stays in the back line, he'll be able to. He's just got to stay away from Mass. I think that's going to be their key to victory here.
Oh, they tried to LOS it and it nearly happened, but there just wasn't enough time. And now Fresh Beats is starting to get low. Masses as well. Mass receives the heals. And there's the Psychic Stream, but we need to see. But we
Oh,
are
it
going to
looks
see
like the
our
recom might have even batched too little too late here as Fresh Beats goes down and Trina's still polyed here and Franken Squad in a favorable 3v2, familiar 3v2 situation.
And not to be fair, I did like that we didn't see as many sheeps go out here. We saw them at LOS, but it was enough. There still was the sheep needed to solidify or to secure that kill there. And now it's just an uphill battle for our Alliance friends. There's the Nova Fire Blast, not going to have Shatter, but not going to need it. Is they're going to frost over the Hunter and get in their dead zone, which is probably the Hunter's least favorite thing here.
Oh, Mytho with the full poly in the back corner. Great job here by Mass. Mass doing a masterful job here in these matches. So that is going to be 2-0 here for our friends in the Franken Squad. 3 is underway. You can see Fresh Beats is heading straight for that door. He's going to get... Is he going to get the late? Oh my god, he almost wasn't even available to get his stealth in there, but he didn't even really get to take advantage of it. His Shine went in and broke them up, laid the hamstring on Fresh. Trina has the full poly, and Search Twinks is trying to head up to the second level, trying to break up this party up here. Methodical, you can see, has separated himself from his team, has plugged himself in his starting position, just trying to separate himself from Mass, but here he comes. Mass finds Methodical, lands that full poly. Methodical's eating it right now on the ramp. Let's see. Looks like they're going to turn their attention here to Fresh. Mytho breaks out, but he gets polyed again. Fresh here at 58% and without a healer.
Mass isn't even really damaging. He's literally sheeping, fire blasting, and wanding. He hasn't hard casted one offensive ability. No fire blast, he just really conserving mana, really controlling the flow of this battle. And they're just basically depending on the infinite amount of damage a warrior can provide. And they're that was the first Frostbolt casted the whole game, and it's rank ones just to slow them down. And now they're seeing blood, smelling blood in the water.
Here we go. Methodical is now finally in a free position as Binky is actually starting to approach him, but Binky is trying to get big heals off on himself.
Yeah, and he does get the heal off there in the end. And now our warrior friend is starting to feel pressured, but we are going to see a sheep to alleviate some
Shine's
of that.
here at 30%. Binky's kind of around the corner. If they can just get one kick on Binky, Shine could be in a really bad spot here. Oh, but Mass is going to come in here and start doing it. What Mass does is Mytho eats the full poly and puts Fresh Beats in a pickle here. 15%. He eats the recom.
And you actually saw the Psychic Stream allow for this kill here. It actually feared Methodical right up the stairs. They're not even able to play the game. And you actually saw a double sheep there. This is a really strong move. And one I didn't even really know was a thing, but you can technically batch out 2 polymorphs if you time it right. You can one person, and you can tell Mass plays mage a lot because they've been like on a couple of occasions there, getting one person sheeped and then sheeping another person. But if you time it correctly with the tick, you can actually have 2 people sheeped for 1 second is right before the tick, and it's actually when used quite effectively here. Honestly, Methodical. Once again, I'm surprised they have as little mana as they do because they have been controlled pretty heavily for a lot of this match with fears, with sheeps, and things of that nature. And in Mass, I probably would have gone sooner if they were hard casting magic the whole time, offensive magic the whole time. But a lot of this has been like sheeps, wands, fire blast.
And you can tell Franken Squad came in here with a plan, and they executed it without a doubt. You can see they had the same strat. No team sub. They picked apart the opposing team in the same fashion in every round, and it was, everyone doing their role did exactly what they needed to do. We're seeing here Methodical trying to run away and escape the clutches of Shine, but he is not going to be able to. Unfortunately, he is dropping slowly but surely. We're going to see a 3-0 sweep here out of Franken Squad as they're going to keep their perfect record perfect.
Yeah, GG's very well played there. That was entertaining.
Yeah, it was fun. So congrats here to Franken Squad. They absolutely set out and do their task. They 3-0 Search Twinks on Google here and moved to 3-0 on the season. It's